Hello everyone, it's Blockchain Noob. Today we have with us Daria from ICOBox. Hello Daria.
Hello, everyone.
It's very good to have you here with us
Yeah.
because a few months ago I made a video, it was in Polish, not in English, about your ICO. And at that time I wasn't sure if it's a good product, it's a good platform because Daria is from the ICOBox that offer from one side projects easy way help to conduct the ICO, and from other sides it helps investors to invest in ICOs with good bonus. So it sounds good, but at that time I wasn't sure it's a really project that will develop and create these ICOs, or it's just a scam. But like 2 weeks ago, I met Daria and her colleagues in Tokyo on the conference, and I saw, okay, it's after ICO, they are still doing stuff, so probably they are not scam. So today we'll talk more about this, these projects. So my first question is something I was read up about a few months ago. It's your ICO expertise. Why you will be able to help all these projects to do good ICO? What is your expertise as a team?
First of all, we started to do ICOs like one of the first on the market. ICOBox is quite new. We were founded this summer, but our co-founders and a lot of team members worked on our projects and other companies before. And actually, we worked with Anar and Nick, two other co-founders, on ICOs like maybe about a year before starting ICOBox, something like this. And we also have a lot of experience working with each other. I believe guys worked with them and with our fourth co-founder Mike like for years, like before going to ICOBox. So we had some experience already. We worked on our ICOs. We had our first successful ICO, not on the ICOBox brand yet. It was Gigawatt, quite successful one.
Yeah, I heard about this. Can you tell us some more names about your experience, your past with ICOs?
I would say I would better talk about those ones which we work on right now under ICOBox teams, because wherever more teams were, more team members were, so it's better to leave it to them. Yeah, so we worked a lot together, and we had already some experience, and we see that when we did our first ICO, we really struggled with not having a lot of information about how it goes, because nobody knew. It was a new technology. Nobody knew how to do things exactly, and we had to check everything. We really had to spend a lot of resources, like time, money, and so on, just to check in what works and what doesn't work. Like we were spending a lot, for example, for YouTube traffic without understanding if it will work or not. And people did like our videos. They were emotional, they were interesting. We heard a lot of feedback from them, but we could see that we didn't sell at all. We didn't have any impact in sales, because people who like to see this video, we didn't know anything about tokens. So it was too long way for them to understand what we actually sell. We had to understand what blockchain is, what smart contract is, what ICO is, what token is, what our exact product is. Only after they could think about buying our tokens. And ICO is limited in time. It's usually something about 1 month. So we just didn't have a lot of time. And there were a lot of moments like this, which we had to check. And we understood that it's a good thing for people to have somebody who knows it already, not to waste so much of resources.
A lot of time, effort, and money when you have someone that have this checklist: do this, don't do that. Yeah, that is helpful. So okay, let's assume I want to do ICO, and so I sent you an email. How can you help me? What will be your answer? How it works?
First of all, you come to us and tell us about your project. We will talk a lot. Believe me, we will talk a lot of your project, about your team, about your business plan, about how you're going to be successful.
So, for example, when I have like the shitty projects, so I just have I just want to do ICO because I heard about this bubble and I just want to earn money and the token is not needed, then you will tell me you shouldn't do ICO, or you will tell me, okay, let's do this because you will earn money, you will earn money, everyone will be happy. What is your approach for that?
First of all, we will have to very politely explain your situation because ICO is really very, very hard period of time for the company and for people. And it really costs money to do it. And it really costs a lot of resources and so on. And if you don't have chances to have a successful ICO, it really doesn't make sense for you to spend so much of time and money for it. And we will have to explain it.
Yeah, that's the advice, but there are also some cases that in the short term, ICO can be successful, the project can earn the money, but in the long term, there is no future in this project, or the token economy is a bullshit. What's about this kind of projects?
I would say it was a case in the beginning of the ICO technology, because there wasn't so many ICOs and people were hungry for them. They really wanted to throw money into anything they could find. Especially when a lot of ICOs had some limits, so not everybody could get in. So we really tried to grab everything we could. Sometimes not really checking what stands behind the project, behind the scene. But now you can see that really a lot of ICOs are going on right now. And we can see from our experience that market of token buyers grows too. It grows quite rapidly. Yeah, but it doesn't grow so rapidly as the number of companies who want to do an ICO. So now token holders have a lot of choice. They can choose more carefully. And I really don't think that project which doesn't have a future can really get a lot of money right now. Understand me correctly.
Yeah, it depends what we mean by a lot of money, because okay, probably will be not fun like Bancor or Polkadot, but few $1 million, I think it's still a bit on the market, even for projects that don't have so big.
No, I don't think it's about few millions. Unfortunately, some not very good projects, even scam projects, still do collect some money. I could see it because even our Gigawatt project, this was really copied. We found really copy of our project online with all our texts, like word by word, literally. I could see a copy of me there. They've just another photo, but with my experience. And those people, like, they put our advisors on the website. I called them and asked, so do you know these guys? And they said, no, I hear first time about this. I don't know these guys. And they still were collecting some money, you know. But not so much, actually. I hope that people become more and more experienced and they try to check now a bit more carefully where they send their money to, especially understanding that it's cryptocurrency. If you send this money, you can get it back. But still, I don't think that really bad projects can collect a lot of money right now.
Okay, I think that's a good side. You also mentioned that the investors, the people who want to invest in ICO, they are smarter. So can you share with us your point of view of this group of people? Because from my perspective, there are like three groups of people. There are people who already earn a lot of money, basically on the cryptos years before, and they have a lot of money to invest. They are quite smart, and they just find good projects, or sometimes just pump and dump them to have more. There are also some like normal people that have some money, they want to invest, and then do like the research, they look for the fundamentals, they check the team and so on. But I also see the group of people that don't have the knowledge and then invest because someone told them, so like gurus. So what is your opinion about the market? Which group is the bigger and how this is changing?
First of all, I could say that people who buy tokens become more and more diverse. We met recently in Tokyo, and probably you noticed how really different people there are. Because, for example, here in Western world, most of purchasers, for example, are still men. but where I could meet really a lot of Japanese women, like sometimes, like here we're mostly like young men, like about, I don't know, 30 years.
Yeah, it's fit for, at least for Europe, yeah.
And you used to see this like portrait of usual customer. But when you come to Japan, you see like women about, I don't know, 50 years who are interested in tokens and who come to you and ask a lot of details. And they don't want to see like just one pager of your project. They want to see the whole white paper and ask the details. And you understand that actually your market becomes more and more diverse. And that's good. When we talk about the experience, they have different experience, of course. The thing with ICOs is that we have to put more and more information, which can be accessible by people who are not very experienced in finance, for example, in tech, for example, and so on. Because the problem with a lot of blockchain projects is that they're so fond of their technology, which they're inventing, that it's really hard to understand what they're actually doing. Because they go in details, and we struggle with explaining in general what it is what we do. I myself read several white papers which were like impossible to understand for common people.
It is sometimes even hard for technical people to understand really how it works, and if it is possible for that time.
Yes, for sure. And maybe because of this, we see that more and more projects which manage to explain easily with simple language have more success. When we talk about which kind of customers, which one of them we have more, like small or experienced and so on, I would say that more and more purchases right now come from experienced major purchases who buy millions. But they are not numerous. If we talk about number of people, there are still small investors. But when we talk about numbers of sales, most of them are made by major purchases right now, who of course have a lot of experience. More and more companies from standard classic investment come to ICOs. More and more like venture investment companies come to this technology. And we of course have a lot of experience.
Yes, that's true. And I was thinking about one question, which I forgot. It was about marketing. So you mentioned that the normal common people sometimes have problems to understand the project, the idea, and how it works. So my question is, from your perspective, from ICOBox, and maybe also your observation outside, the ICOs mainly target to people that are already in the cryptocurrencies, or maybe you also try to convince normal people outside our industry to start investing in ICOs?
Actually, more and more people outside the blockchain area come to ICOs, and not only from the side of purchasing tokens, but also from the company sides. Because right now, I believe we have not less than half of our projects are not from blockchain right now. We're from all other industries. Like we had a sports company with Toker Stars, we had a cannabis industry project with Paragon Coin. Like we have right now client Instamart, which is from food retail actually. I don't know how far you can go from blockchain, how further. And it's good because it means that a lot of other industries understand that blockchain is not a separate industry. It's actually an infrastructure which they can implement to their industry and to make it better.
Yeah. This is something that can be used in other industries just to help them somehow. Yes, please.
Sorry for interrupting. And a lot more and more companies who come to ICOs are not startups who have just an idea. There are companies who have already a background, who have an experience, who worked for years in their experience, and who have already a user base. So if this company from non-blockchain area come to ICO, they have already their users, and their users who exist right now and who are not from blockchain, they're the first customers of their ICO, they're the first audience which will see this ICO. So with new customers, not from blockchain area, this way come to blockchain, they buy their first tokens, they see how it works, and they go after this to other ICOs. We have seen this a lot right now.
Yeah, I think this is
So
going that way,
world's merge.
that people just, because they are a customer of an existing company, and this company conduct ICO, so some of them will take part in ICO, and they want to discover what is more. And I think the same thing we have right now in Poland. We have the person that helps Polish YouTubers to issue personal tokens. So they address to people that are just YouTube fans, and they just conduct ICO based on Ethereum. So they teach them how to do this. And probably big part of them after that, we're looking also for other ICO. Something this is nice, and entire ecosystem is growing. So let's go back to my projects. Let's you. We was talking a lot about this, and we know this is a good project, good, and we can change the world. So, what kind of help you can provide me, and what will be the price for that?
Sure, we have a lot of services. Like the most popular package which we have, it's like technology plus legal plus consulting and marketing, which means that we provide you smart contract, book building platform. Book building platform is software which you put to your own website, and this way your customers get like a personal account where they can deposit money in different cryptocurrencies and fiat currency. They can purchase tokens there. They can get some bonuses there. They can get referral bonuses there, and so on. Like a lot of technology behind the scene. And token management system too, because you want to manage your tokens when ICO is over, of course. So this would be technology. Also, we provide, of course, legal consulting, because ICO is a very complicated legal theme, legal topic, which has a lot of small details which had to be considered. Also, we usually provide consulting.
Sorry for interrupting. Can you tell us in which country you create entity for these ICOs?
In which country? What?
You create entity for these ICOs. It is like Singapore or Switzerland or many other countries.
Okay, it of course depends. There are several jurisdictions which are better for ICOs. I believe for our last ICOs, I'm not an attorney, I'm not a lawyer, but I believe our attorneys recommended Singapore for the last ones. Switzerland was quite popular for some of them, but I don't believe that some of our clients had Switzerland jurisdictions. I have to check so, because they have a lot of paperwork related, and recently there were some troubles too with Switzerland jurisdictions. So they actually prefer.
When I was talking with people that conduct ICOs in Switzerland and Singapore, some of them told me that the lawyers are very expensive. You need to pay a lot of money for them, and at the end, the only thing they do, they just pass documents for the government to you, and you have to fill these documents on your own. So sometimes it's the waste of the money. But for the other side, I know other projects that the lawyers were very helpful there. Not only pass the documents, but they give a lot of advices, how to communicate with people who don't have problems in the future. So what is your approach for that, for your lawyers?
I would say depends not on the country, but on exact lawyers. Lazy lawyers can be met in any country who don't want to help really their clients a lot. Of course, we try to help our clients not just with passing information which is public, which you can find online. We have to check every major document of the client, we check the whole white paper, landing page, token concept, of course, from the beginning. They give their recommendations, they provide set of documents, they consult through the process, give opinion letters, which is quite necessary, and so on. It's a whole process, of course. It can't be done just here is what usually can be done, I think so.
Okay.
No, but when we talk about the price of lawyers, it's important to understand that it does not actually matter in which country you found your company, because what matters, it does matter, of course, but what matters even more is in which country your token buyers are. Because, for example, if you buy a token at least to one US person, it doesn't matter where your company is. You still have to comply with all US law about security.
Yeah, SEC will find you if they will like to do this.
And all ours, yes. And the same goes about actually other countries. So it's more international law, not the law of the country where your company is founded. That can be expensive because of this, unfortunately.
Okay, so let's continue. So you talk about the technical stuff, about the lawyer advice, and then about the consulting. So please continue about the consulting.
Yes, and we usually consult our clients on marketing questions also, because most of clients already have a marketing team, but we don't have experience in ICO, so we will need some help with details in this. So we consult them on this matter too. And it was like standard our services, but we also have like additional ones. So for example, if the client doesn't have their own team, marketing team, or for example, we don't have team who can work globally, internationally, we can always just order marketing from us and we'll do it for them. We also help with investor relations, we help with engaging advisors, we help with doing white papers or landing pages if the client needs it, and so on. So client actually can choose from the set of services and to see what we need.
Okay, nice. Can you share with us pricing of this services?
Sure. We actually have renewed it recently because Bitcoin grew up, and we have we have an opportunity to lower our prices. Which is good. Right now, our basic package, which is technology plus legal plus marketing consulting for the whole process, it's 35 Bitcoins, I believe, plus 3% success fee. So we take some retainer to cover our own costs, and we take our profits from success fee. That's how it works.
Okay, so success fee. Okay, success fee. I know that I'm paying after the ICO.
Yeah.
But this price I pay in advance, or I pay it from the money that we collect during the ICO?
No, this first money can usually divide it in a couple of installments, sometimes in bigger number of installments, but we mostly go beforehand, not after the ICO. Otherwise, we would have to deal with a lot of projects who don't have a real intent to work, because if we take all expenses and pay everything for the project, then the project doesn't have the reason to really work hard on it.
So okay, so from my perspective as potential project, so to use your platform, I need already existing business, so I have money just to cover the costs, or I have some pre-ICO funds and I can use it to.
Not always. First of all, you can have your own money or money brought from somewhere else, but actually, as you remember, we had our own ICO specifically for this case, where we collected money from our ICOBox token holders, which we hold now in escrow. So now projects which do not have money can apply to our platform, and if our token holders vote for them, then they get our services without any prepayment.
Okay, so please tell more about this mechanism from a token holder perspective, how it works.
Sure. You mean from ICOBox token holder perspective?
Yeah.
Well, they put money into our ICO. We keep this money in escrow right now. We're not ours. We have a third-party wallet. And token holders can go to our platform. Actually, you can go to our ICOBox platform right now and see that it's live. And you can see new projects which come to the platform all the time. And you can vote for each one of them, like or dislike, if you like it or not. We have some information there. You can check the website and so on. And if you like this project, if you would like to get tokens for this project, you can like this project. And if it gets enough of votes, it will get services from us, and we will get payment from escrow, for money which our token holders put into this. So this project will do their own ICO and put as a payment for this a part of their tokens to our platform. And at this point, our token holders may again choose if we want to get these tokens. and to exchange the ICOS tokens to this new project's tokens with a great bonus.
Okay. So I see the point. So when I'm a project and I can pay the normal regular price, then I don't have to share my tokens with high bonus to your people,
Of
to
course.
ICOS token holders. But if I don't have this money, or maybe I have, but I want to use also
Yes, if you don't
holders as a marketing platform.
you have more, yes.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds good. Interesting. So my next question is, you have this money or this escrow account, and how much is there?
We collected about 4,000 bitcoins.
Okay, so it's quite a good number of money, but at some point of time in next years, you will use all of them. And what's next?
Of course.
Maybe like next round or what?
Of course, we will use all of them, and like the number of ICOS tokens existing and the amount of money in escrow were aligned. So at the moment when we use all the funds and provide all the ICO services to the companies, all the ICOS token holders will burn their ICOS, because when we exchange the ICOS tokens to the
no more tokens,
and
they will probably issue the next round.
We'll see. Who knows?
Okay, good. Good perspective. In one of your answers, you mentioned that in your platform, from technical point of view, people can invest with many cryptocurrencies and even with fiat money. And I was thinking about this a lot. Because from our perspective, it's not helping investors to make decision to invest, because it's hard to choose good products. This is the hard part. And also, when I have to choose which currency will be like the best in terms of how many tokens I will receive, it's also hard to judge, because the price is changing. So from my perspective, for me, it's easier when I see I can pay only with Ethereum, because then I don't have to think which currency will be the best to get the biggest value.
No, you're not right. Really, because maybe for you, because you are, advanced user of Ethereum, but actually even for me, because I not always have like money kept in Ethereum ready like for spending right now, but I can have, some Bitcoin right now, some other cryptocurrency right now which I want to spend. And if the project allows to pay for tokens only with Ethereum, I have first to exchange my money to Ethereum to lose money on conversion, and only after this I can buy tokens. And in this case, it's quite easy. If you check on our platform, like you can check anybody of our clients who is live right now, who works, who works with our Big platform. So you just go to your account and you see the choice of cryptocurrency. So you just put the number of tokens that you want to the window. You choose. You can see like all the number of tokens which you get for each kind of cryptocurrency. It will show you the real time rate.
Okay, so the rates are changing in real time. Okay.
It's like usual, online shop, and you choose, if I want to pay in US dollars or, euro.
Okay, and for me also the thing is how many people, maybe the percentage rate, are investing with fiat currencies. Can you share this with us?
I would not say the current number. It's not a secret. I just didn't check it. I can check and send you later as additional info.
Okay, but you think it's like few percent or half of people, the more or less?
It's not half of people. More than half of people buy with cryptocurrencies. That's right. And most of them, of course, are the Bitcoin and Ethereum users. But it's still quite a significant amount. It's not like 5%. It's much more.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay, what is next? So maybe we'll talk a little about the products that are conducting ICO on your platform. You already mentioned some industries. Can you tell us something more? You know, the top 3 you believe the most? I know that everyone else will be unhappy that you don't mention it.
Yes, it was a bad question. Okay, I wouldn't say believe the most, maybe those ones which are quite successful right now, or maybe so. Maybe we would not name the projects which are finished already, because why? From the projects which are open right now, I believe Universa is quite successful right now. It's a new blockchain, like more quick, more cheap on Bitcoin and so on. Next one.
Can we state with Universa? So this is the new blockchain. It will be like only faster and cheaper than Bitcoin, or there will be like the smart contracts on that. Can you tell us something more?
They have like an easier blockchain. It's like simpler because most of features are put outside of it, and because of it, it's going to be so quick, simple, and cheap. But it can be used even for bank system, for example.
Okay, so it will be something like Ripple or Stellar, something like that.
I would not say that it's like this. Not exactly. Yeah. Also, our projects. Which ones would I name? Maybe Crypterium. Crypterium is a project which allows to pay with your phone, like with Apple Pay, with different cryptocurrencies at the shop. So you can just go and pay with Bitcoin, Ethereum, some other cryptocurrencies for your coffee. It's quite popular right now, so I hope they will be successful. And they show first signs of success already, so I hope it is.
Okay, so my question about this project is it's always about if you provide new payment method, new payment service, always the question how many merchants will accept this. So the merchant have to do something new for this solution, or it can work out of the box for existing systems?
Yeah, you can just use like you download an app to your phone. You don't have to buy some specific device or something like this. You can use it like with usual phone.
Yeah, but I mean, you as a customer or you as a merchant that accept the payment?
We will be able to accept it like with usual devices which are set in the shops right now. So we don't have to put something additional.
Okay. Okay, so let's go to the next project.
Yeah. Else? What else should I mention? It's hard to choose the last one because I feel like all others won't be happy with me. Maybe KYC legal. Let's for different names and projects we didn't start with ICO yet. They just announced and we started in several days, I believe something like a week. But we gained a lot of interest from audience already. It's a project which allows we choose them first of all because we like the feature, we like how it works, and we wanted to use it ourselves. We provide KYC system for any. It's mostly like B2B service. You can use it for exchange, for ICO platform, and for any service which needs KYC. It allows easily to download your documents, to verify them, and to just through app to call for agent who will come and to verify your documents. It's like a network of agents which work like Uber. You download your documents, you push the button, call the agent, and the closest agent comes in like in 30 minutes, check your documents, see that you have real documents and it's not like just image made in Photoshop. So he puts verification that yes, his documents are real, and that's it. So you can get verification in like half an hour and not in a week, like it usually happens.
So this is like real life verification. So someone will go to my house to check the document?
Yeah.
Okay. So Sounds
You're not happy with it.
sounds strange for me because as you can just send like scan like for the exchange set now. But from this perspective, you will need a lot of these agents to verify this.
Yes.
So it is like
yes, of course. We are working on partnership with different networks which have already agents. So it's easier.
okay. I understand. So as you mentioned, KYC. So let's talk about the regulations. What do you think? Are the fan of the regulations, and you think you need them more, or from your perspective, we should be like more cyberpunks and don't care about the regulation that blockchain will solve everything?
Okay, I would say I'm always about moderate regulation. I would say it was quite unpleasant to see how some scam project was copying our project, which we were like really working a lot of time on. And it was not very nice to see how a lot of people were buying tokens without even understanding what we were buying actually. Because we didn't want this. We didn't want them just for money. We want them to understand what we're buying. And it's not actually very nice to spend really a lot of time to working through details and legal, to really working through understanding how to work with the law, which was not intended first for token sales. Because current law which SEC is working with is like security law, which is about 70 years old. And it's not exactly new and exactly modern. So it would be actually quite nice to have normal regulation for ICO, which would be simple and easy and made specifically for this.
And do you think it is even possible? Because if we have the ICOs on blockchains, on the basic idea that is like you always do the global ICO and you don't care where the buyers are. But if each country will create then their own regulation, then we have to fit to all of them. So it's like impossible.
First of all, there is a lot of international law right now, which a lot of countries accept. And I think here that it always depends. If you want to really comply to be sure that everything is good, sometimes you maybe should do KYC, not to involve countries which not happy with ICO specifically. Yeah, but actually, I believe at least some guidance, maybe not very detailed law, but some guidance how to implement standard laws to ICO technology would be good. And I believe it's possible. Actually, SEC in the US works on it quite a lot. They spend quite a lot of time. I heard they had like group which works on it and so on. So I hope we will come to something.
Okay,
But
okay.
not
I hope that will be like
I believe I don't
like
want
smart
technology.
regulation. Yeah, during this conversation, we were talking a lot about, not a lot, but a few times about scam projects that if you invest in ICO, you have to do like your research to check if the people that conduct ICO, they are good people or they are scammers. But I think it's also the other risks because I think the ICOs, especially even right now when the most projects are from blockchain industry, there is very high risk that people have good intention, then have good background to deliver, like normal startups, then will be successful. So are you afraid that at some time in near future, like a few months from now, or maybe 1 year or 2 years, a lot of projects will fail, not deliver, and let's say the bubble will collapse and people will just escape from ICO and the blockchain for the long time?
I wouldn't say that I'm afraid so about our clients, because first of all, we spend 3 months with those clients. We see how they work. We see if they really have something behind the project or it's just like ideas and so on. And that's first thing. As I said, a lot of them have already existing business which works. So they have already some proof of concept. Another thing is when with those projects, like first of all, you have risk that company can be shut down, like with any project, like absolutely with any. It does not matter if it's ICO project or not ICO project. Of course, such a risk always exists. But when we take on clients, first of all, we always ask them why you need money, why you need this exactly sum of money, why we do, what are you going to spend it for? Why do you think that you need this money for? Why do you think that you need so much of money for this? Because we had an experience when some clients came to us and said, okay, I need $10 million for this, this, and this. We said, okay, let's talk more. And for the next call, we came with, okay, we decided that we want not 10 million, but 30 million. We're like, okay, why? Like, I don't know, everybody's collecting more now. I'm like, okay, I see your point. It's a red flag. It's not the project which you want to work with, because you understand that they don't have a real business model. They don't understand why they need it.
Okay. So you mentioned the one red flag. Can you share with us some more red flags that can be observed from normal investor perspective? So I'm looking for ICOs to invest my money, and which kind of things should warn me that maybe it's not that good?
Oh, a lot of them. First of all, you should look into their business model and to see how and when they're going to go to the self-paying stage, when the product is going to bring money and not just rely on money collected from the ICOs. Because I really met some projects which were like, okay, we will do this cool project. We're like, okay, and when are you going to earn some money? Like, we don't know. And we're like, okay, and what if money from ICO are over and you still don't have any money which you earn yourself? We're like, we can do another ICO. I'm not kidding. That's a red flag. So if the project does not have complete understanding how and when they're going to start bringing money themselves, and if this is not, if their soft cap doesn't align with this, then you see that it's not a good project, it's not a good fit. Of course, you always look to the team, what experience they have, if they're known, if they actually talk to people. Have you ever seen these people actually do exist? It's a good thing too. Also advisors, because advisors are people who put their reputation at stake. So we usually look into this project. So you understand that if these people go to advisory board, when he checked it, and it's not just you who checked information about the project, it's also a row of other people, everybody of which is an advisor, who check it too. So it's always to be in a good company here. Also timeline. It's always good to look into timeline, because a lot of projects put really like impossible timelines, like without any explanation how we're going to achieve this kind of results. And it's worrisome if you see that results is too quick and there is no very explanation why it's so quick. When it's worrisome, there is a chance that either the project is not honest or they just don't understand how it works, which is bad. Also, what else? Of course, you always should check the whole white paper, not just like one pager and website. You should check all the small notes which we put there and all the warranties, guarantees, and so on. And disclaimers. Always check all the disclaimers at the end.
That's very interesting, because if you like look at the disclaimers, so for example, we had this like 1 year running ICO of EOS, and there is like the big disclaimer that this token that you are buying right now, there is like no purpose to use. So if you just going only that way, that you think, okay, EOS is a scam. But from my perspective, that is because they don't want to have legal problems with SEC and so on.
It's always a hard balance. It's always such one.
Yeah, so look at like at the many things, because I think in EOS that you have this red flag because of disclaimer, but on the side you have the reputation of the team that already deliver a lot of things in crypto universe.
You also should check about escrow, because there are two options. Either the project has token ready for use right after the ICO, so you can be sure that the project delivers, just get your tokens and that's it. But if it's not like this, if there is some delay, like for example, they get money, they issue tokens, and the project goes live, I don't know, in half a year, they should have escrow. Escrow is like independent third-party company which will keep money in their account and which will release money to the projects only when it delivers. So if it doesn't deliver, you will get your money back, which is always good to know.
Yeah, I think this is like quite good mechanism, because in many projects then you can have only the idea, so the nice white paper, maybe some technical documentation, and to like thousands of millions of dollars or even hundreds. And if you get this money, all of them at the beginning, then what is your motivation to finish your projects?
Sure. Always, you should always check, actually, motivation with projects which collect hundreds million dollars without understanding why they need this. It's worrisome, because what motivation they actually have? They have already all the money which we want. Like, why work now?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Yeah, and actually, that's why in classic investment, the company goes for several rounds, as long as we need more and more money for their development. Another thing to check is always to see if actually the project understands the difference between security token and utility token. Because right now, unfortunately, can see a lot of projects which say in their white paper something like, we are utility token, we are not a security token, and we don't sell to the US persons. That's it. But they don't do any KYC. So if they don't do KYC, they can't be sure that they don't sell to any US persons. And
yeah, usually on the checkbox, I am not a US citizen. Yeah, that's true.
I can say it doesn't work. If you sell to US persons, this checkbox won't save you. Believe me. And if the project will have
I think many projects probably will have problems in the future about that.
Yes, and it's actually a red flag for purchases too, because if the project is going to have trouble with law, then probably their tokens won't work so well. Because if the company shut down, probably their token don't bring any good and don't have any value.
So we recommend to invest only in ICOs that require KYC?
Not exactly. If they have a utility token, they don't require KYC, because utility token is not a security. It's not an investment. It's actually a purchase of products or services of the company. So this kind of token is not a security, and it's not regulated by SEC. Another thing,
in theory, because you buy this token and you say they sell the token and say you will use this token in our platform now in maybe 1 year when we deliver the platform. But to be honest, most of the people don't care about the platform. They probably will never use it. They just buy this to speculate on the exchanges in the time the product is not delivered. So if there will be someone very strict in SEC, they can even say that many utility tokens, for now, the only use case for them is the speculation.
It's another question, because when you just say that our token is utility, is not a security, that's not enough. You have to really be sure that your token is a utility and not a security. So, for example, if you look at Gigawatt token, they don't even go to exchanges until they make useful all the tokens. So they build the capacity, which is aligned with tokens, and only after this they issue a batch of tokens to token holders. And only after this they get a piece of money from escrow. So they don't have access to money before they do their work, before tokens are useful. Token holders don't get tokens before they're useful. And
yeah, and from
don't go to
one perspective, nice, because I as the investor have the mechanism that motivate projects to deliver the value, and it is safer from legal perspective. But if they cannot take the money before the product is ready, So they don't need this money to deliver the product. So what was the goal of ICO?
It's actually a lot of struggle with this thing. You know. Question here is, you always can structure your work so you can deliver projects in parts and get money in parts. You don't have to deliver everything in once, of course. But
yeah, I think that's the best approach. It should be like the milestones for that.
Sure, but for some time before your project can give at least something for the to the users, they can have this money. Otherwise, it's the real investment. That's one of the things which is.
So this is the another tricky area in this industry.
Of course, there is a lot of small tricky things about utility tokens, and that's why it's so worrisome. But what a lot of tokens just call themselves utility, so we're not.
Okay, that was my last questions. So, do you want to add something at the end?
Ask something. Maybe. You probably have some experience with talking to people in Poland about ICOs. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I could see, for example, Russia right now is quite active with ICOs, and I could say that there is a lot of projects in Russia. I could say that there is more projects in Russia than people who want to buy tokens. So there are a lot of people who want to buy tokens. When we went to Japan, we saw that there are some interesting projects, but there are much more people who want to buy tokens than people who want to do their projects with ICOs. What would you say about Poland? What is more?
I can say for sure there's more people that want to invest money and have a high profit. I think that there are some projects in Poland that are preparing the ICOs. For example, in December, we will have 2 of them. A few weeks ago, I made the interviews with both these projects, so you can find this in my channel. It's called Getline. It's like a lending platform based on Ethereum, and Expert.io. It will be like the platform also based on Ethereum for the paid phone calls. So, for example, you are an expert in ICO, and someone want to have the consultation with you, and you don't have time to do it for free. Even if this is like the basic talks. Okay, you can just offer your price for, let's say, 1 hour, and then people can just call to you and talk. So both of these ICO will be in December, so quite soon. And there is also Neufund. Neufund is a company from Germany, from Berlin, but founders are mostly from Poland. And this is also the platform for, let's say, ICOs, but they focus mostly on equity tokens. Just to open this space also for the company that have nothing to do with technology and so on.
I see, cool. That's interesting to know. Thanks.
Okay, so thank you very much for the interview. I wish you good luck and hope we will see in the next few months to say something more about your progress, about the next projects on your platform. So thank you very much. And guys, I would like to invite you to subscribe to the channel. As I mentioned, we have a lot of interesting interviews. In the near future, tomorrow we have interview with Micromoney. It's also P2P lending platform.
Which our plan too. Don't tell them, but I didn't name them.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, yeah, good to know that. The interview. So we have them tomorrow. And at the beginning of December, we'll have DecentBet. It is a centralized casino based on Ethereum. We'll have Lisk, and of course, we'll have EOS that we had to postpone. So I will encourage all of you guys to subscribe to the channel, and see you tomorrow with Micromoney. Thank you, Daria, again. See you.
Thank you. See you.